save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am not doing so well. I'm not doing so well today. I'm gonna start this off with a little bit of rant. I wasn't planning on doing a rant, but I'm gonna rant about something because I got a little extremely irritated over the week or weekend, Friday through whatever. Listen, this is what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I got packages. Don't worry, this package is here. That has to be open. And I have had some requests for people that are telling me, hey, listen, maybe you should cool off financially. You know, you'll be putting yourself digging yourself in a deep hole. Maybe you should start doing some top 10 lists. Maybe you should stop doing like a top 10 comedies, top 10 dramas, top 10 something, whatever, or maybe just a collection list, something like that, or doing something like here are all my let's say it's Texas Chainsaw Massacres, or here are all my whatever. Which I think that's going to be coming up pretty soon. But I do got to cool it a little bit. Listen. Let's get this very clear. There will always be stuff coming into this house. There'll always be stuff that'll be ordered. But I do got to cool it a little bit. I got to cool it a little bit. I got a son that's going to college. I got he's gonna have a car payment. I have to get myself my own car because my car is trash. And yeah, I got to cool it down a little bit. So I'm probably gonna hit with some top 10 lists like that. But I do have a rant, and this is something that totally just it ruined my weekend. It ruined my whole. Listen, me and the wife, we went to go see Bruce Springsteen. Okay, with my daughter, my son, my mother-in-law ended up going because my daughter had a play to go do. We had to go see her play on the Friday, and it kind of messed up the whole thing because of social media. That's what I'm here to talk about. Social media and how people on social media have some big mouths until it's time for them to get one-on-one with you. When you actually confront somebody one-on-one, face-to-face, like almost like a, I'm not gonna say face-to-face because it was through almost through text, like sorts of whatever. That's when I guess the balls shrink. Okay, and so there was a woman locally who was requesting a preschool to go to. Now if you don't watch this video, if you don't watch me at all, then you don't know what's going on here. But I am this is what I do after. Well, prior to this, I teach preschool all day. I teach pre-K. I've been teaching pre-K for 10 years. Prior to teaching pre-K like at actual schools, I was a CCD teacher for pre-K for I think 2 years, whatever, prior to that. So I have 12 years experience, I'd say, 10, 11, 12 years experience in taking care of preschool children. On top of the fact that I work third shift and I have 4 children of my own, and they're all 18 to 25 years old. So I raised, my wife would work days, I would work nights, and during the day I would be half dead, half asleep, and I would take care of them. And while I was at home with them, I wasn't a father that was just like sitting here doing nothing. I wasn't sleeping all day. I couldn't sleep all day with like a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old running around the house. No, I had to keep them busy. So I was, as tired as I was, I had this old chalkboard and everything, and with a dry erase on one side, chalkboard on the other side, and I would put the thing up, and I would educate my children. We would play school. And before they left me, they learned how to read. They learned how to write. They could write their name. They knew the alphabet. They knew how to count to 100. Hey, listen, my kids, when they started kindergarten, they were well prepared for school because of me. Now, I'm not trying to say that to be prideful. I'm just figured that I was good at what I did. Plus, I'm extremely entertaining.
Hey, everybody, let's do the Tootie Talk.
Even the children. Okay, I feel personally that my job is like a 5-day-a-week stand-up comedy show for children. Okay, if I wasn't a preschool teacher, I would literally be a clown. I'd be a clown. I'd be making balloon animals, even though I'm not good at making balloon animals, but that's what I think I would be. I think I would be some kind of clown or some kind of magician or some kind of entertainer of some sort, because that's what I do all day. That's what I do. Every 5 days a week, I do magic tricks. I do puppets. I make them laugh. Listen, I am entertaining. I have a knack for entertaining children, and hopefully I have a knack for entertaining grown-ups. So hit the subscribe button. It's before I start ranting away. So this lady, now it was the wording of what she said. So she posts right on the main city or town page or whatever where I teach. Okay, looking for a preschool with absolutely no men teachers. and then she puts you all know why I want no men teachers. It's gone TikTok viral, and so I'm like, okay. I pause for a little bit, and I'm like, wait a minute. Let me think about this for a second. So I'm reading this, and I'm taking this extremely personal because um, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost 100% sure, I am the only male preschool teacher in my whole area. Okay, and in any of these areas, there are not many men that want to take care of 3 to 5 year olds. Not many men that want to do that. But I'll tell you why I do it. I'll tell you why I do it. I do it because I don't want children to ever feel the way I felt when I was little. I don't want them to feel like neglected or feel like unloved or feel whatever. And I was really good at raising my own children and teaching them and keeping them entertained. So to me, I was like, this is what I should be doing. Okay, this is what I should be doing. And so she posted this thing, and it was like, but the exact the funny thing is she's since then, so I can't even like quote what she said, but she since then deleted her post. Okay, she was looking for a preschool supposedly for a friend. Okay, but it said um it was not of course, but something no male teaches. What's the word I'm looking for? Um, I could actually do some of this. I could actually do a little bit of this thing here. Hold on a second. Because I got a little aggravated. And then I kind of did a little retaliation thing here, and um, her exact quote, the one that what set me off was because I had put it in a little thing here. Let me see. Hold on one second. Her quote, obviously, I am looking for a preschool, obviously, with no male teachers. And I was like, why obviously? Why would that be obviously? And then she proceeds to go on back and forth. So of course everybody they got people on the social media that are blasting her. They're saying, "Oh, that's discrimination. You can't discriminate against a male teacher. How would you feel if the shoe was on the other foot and you needed to be hired?" And they said, "Oh, we're not hiring any women. We'll only hire men, or vice versa." You know what I mean? And she's like, "Oh, it's for a friend, and the friend's daughter was sexually abused by a male teacher," and I'm like, okay, so this is the deal. This is the deal, people. Let me make this very clear. Okay, there's some sick people in this world. Period. Sick people in this world, male and female. Okay, I have worked in this industry, or this career. I've had this preschool teaching career for a long time now. I have seen female teachers drag children across the ground by their arms, drag them by their feet, kicking and screaming, yelling in their faces. I have seen I've seen stuff that is just ridiculous. Okay, teachers locking kids in closets. Crazy stuff. I mean, I'm a mandated reporter. Okay, and this lady, her thing was that she starts attacking me so I didn't go on her physical media. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stay out of this. I don't want to cause any attention to myself. I don't want to be like, oh well, I'm the only male preschool teacher, so I'm gonna speak up and I'm gonna say something. So I posted on my own social media platform, and I got nothing but positive responses from every single parent. And I was shocked because I had parents that like now the kids are like 14 years old and they're still responding. My kid still talks to you about you till this day. You're still one of his favorite teachers, or you're still one of her favorite teachers. And so this lady, what she did, and I couldn't believe that this happened, is she actually slid up on my personal social media to say, well, maybe you don't understand, but this child should not be next to any male because she was sexually assaulted by a male, and I want to keep her away from all men. And I was like, hang on a second. I have a problem with this. I know why I have a problem with this, because when I first started teaching preschool, I had, and as long as I don't give any, this is the way this works, okay? As long as I don't give any names, I can tell stories. I'm not giving any names, and this was years ago. So I had a little girl one time come up to me who was being sexually assaulted by her father. Okay, it wasn't even by a teacher or an uncle. It was her father. And when I first started, she wouldn't come up to me. She was very standoffish and and I took that as a little strange. I'm like, why is it that all these children are drawn to me and then they want to get to know me better and they're laughing with me and having a good time, but this one is kind of quiet and in the corner and there's something not right. So listen, number one, I'm very empathetic to people's emotions. Okay, I feel their pain. I feel suffering. I feel something is going on. Okay, so I felt something was going on with this little girl. So I started like warming up to her. I started making her like bringing her closer. Like she would become like my partner. Or like like if we were gonna do a game or something like that, I would say I pick her first. Okay, or if I was gonna do a reading or if it was time for me to sit down and do circle, I'm like I want her to sit right next to me or whatever. I'm like, you're my buddy or my pal, whatever. And this went on for a while, like, maybe about a month and a half, 2 months or so, whatever. Then finally, the little girl came up to me and she told me that she was being sexually assaulted by her father. Okay? The kid confided in me and opened up to me because I was a male who was being kind to her, and she didn't understand that a male could actually be kind to her because she was so used to the abuse that she was getting at home from her father. So this lady's what does she think? What does she think? She thinks for the rest of her life she's going to be able to keep this child away from male teachers for the rest of their life. I mean, eventually she's going to get out of preschool. She's going to go to elementary school. She's going to go to middle school. She's going to go to high school. There are going to be male gym teachers. There are going to be male English teachers, science teachers, regular teachers. You can't keep the child away from a male teacher, and you can't. What she did that really got me is she put me in a category of disgust. She put me in a category with a bunch of other people, or with a person, actually one single person in one single event. She put me in a category of this person, and she's like, I need to find me a preschool or a daycare that does not have any males because this is what happens when a male is in charge of children. And my so she slid up on my thing, and I actually have it right here, so I might as well just I'm gonna roll with it here, since I have it right here. As long as somebody didn't mess anything up here, and she messages me, personally messages me. It's not discrimination if you're literally a victim of sexual abuse. And isn't ready to associate with men. You'll never have to live that fear. That's what she said to me. So I gave it a little crying face emoji, but then my response to her was this. Okay, listen. Maybe I have. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. Maybe I'm the man that protects children so they never have to go through what I went through as a child. How do you know I wasn't sexually abused? How do you know that the reason why I protect children now to this day isn't because I am a victim of sexual abuse? How do you know that? You don't know anything about me. Okay? And then I went on to say, maybe you shouldn't be so judgmental. I'll pray for you and your so-called friend that's looking for a place for their child. Okay? Because I believe that any male or female that ever harms a child should be disposed of. Now, I could have got a little more graphic on how I would want them to be disposed of, but I didn't because I wanted to keep it clean. I am a preschool teacher, but I'll tell you right now, any human being that is abusive to a child should be hung by their whatever. Okay, whatever hurts the most, find it, and that's where it should go. Anyway, I also had children who were being sexually abused by their fathers. And because I was so kind to them and a male, they confided in me. I saved those children, and I did. I listen. They came to me. They didn't come to the They didn't. This little girl did not go to the female teachers that were in the school. She went to me, and she told me because she didn't understand how a male could be kind to her when she was being abused by a male who happened to be a relative. I said maybe. So here we go. Kind. Maybe children shouldn't have, so I said maybe children should have fathers. Maybe they shouldn't have fathers either, because you can't trust them either, I guess. I guess we can't trust fathers either. I said, you posted a discriminating remark on a local page. You're going to make people question all the male teachers' integrity. I said, and this is even better. I said, you crack me up because I have 8 mutual friends with this person. And out of the 8, 4 of them, I had their children. And they would all vouch for me 110%. Matter of fact, I am extremely close to these parents, okay? So they would vouch for me. And the other one, okay, so I said that they would vouch for me. And I ended it with this one. And I would take a bullet, literally, for any one of my kids. And that is a fact, okay? That's God's honest fact. Listen, I'm not old, and I'm not an old man or whatever, but I will tell you right now, if the way the world is right now, if anything ever came between me and a child and saving a child's life over me, I would definitely save the child's life. Okay, I am beyond all of the craziness of the world, and I am at a point in my life where I'm like, you know what, if I had to be sacrificed in order for a little boy or a little girl to live another 30-40 years, then I would be sacrificed. And that is the God's honest truth. Okay, and I ended it with that. But then I went back into her thing. I did a little more research, and I went, oh, I apologize, because originally I told her it was three children. I said, oh, I apologize, it was 4 kids on your page, that I was a former that I was their teacher. Also, one of your friends is a local bus driver who was the local bus driver for the school that I used to work at. I said, and I was the one that had to help the children that were disabled off the bus because the women teachers could not carry them. And some of them, they wouldn't go to the women teachers. They would only come to me. They were little boys, and they would come, climb right into my arm. And there was a little girl that would fall asleep on the bus all the time, and she was disabled, and sometimes she'd fall asleep, and she had something going on, and I would be like, don't wake her up. I'll carry her in, and I'll bring her right in. We'll put her right on a mat, let her sleep a little while until she gets picked up by her mother. So I ended it with this. I'm like, I wish you and your friend nothing but the best. I am sincerely sorry for that poor innocent child. No child should ever be abused by a male or a female. I really hope you find that special school. God bless. Time for you to leave my circle. Okay? Because that's what I call my thing. I do circle time, and I'm a preschool teacher, so I call it my circle. So there was no response. I got no response from this lady after that whatsoever. Okay? Then I started reading her getting blasted on her thing that she posted, whatever, and then her thing just disappeared. It was the wording. Okay? Listen. It's like one bad apple doesn't, they say one bad apple spoils the bunch. You know what I mean? It's like, this is craziness. I'm telling my wife, I'm like, you know what? And she was trying to say that, men and women, they should. Lady, what year do you live in? I used to work in a sweatshop. I used to work in a mill for years. I had women that worked on the side of me that were carrying as much weight as I was, and had the same social and mental and physical problems that I had. We were the same, okay? We were the same. Men and women, we were the same. We were doing the same thing, doing the same job. We both worked. We were working in the sweatshop. We were sweating together. We were carrying loads together. We were going through things together, okay? This is crazy. The way that this lady's thought process is ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous, and it totally messed me up, because I was like, I'm taking this personally. I'm taking it because I know I'm the only male preschool teacher around here. And so when you point the finger and say, hey, keep children away from male preschool teachers because something went, this was her thing. Something went TikTok viral. Hey, listen, there's a lot of things that go TikTok viral. Okay, yeah, you're gonna keep people from everything because certain things go. How many? I'm sure if you looked up women abusing children at preschools on TikTok, you will find 101 different things, as well as males. So males and females, there's no difference. There's no difference. Listen, if you have the job of taking care of children, you take care of the child. Okay, that's it. If you're a nutball, okay, you can't say everybody's a nutball. What I told my wife, I said, listen, if right now if somebody broke into my house, okay, and was holding my entire family at gunpoint, and a female police officer came knocking at the door, busted in the door, and saved our lives, you think I'm gonna go shut the door in her face? You know what I'm saying? Oh no, you're a woman. I don't want to be saved by a woman. Listen, man, women, and don't make a difference. If you're gonna save me from getting shot in the face, I am gonna open up that door. I am gonna greet you very nicely. I'm gonna say, please save my family. I don't care if you're a male or female. So this totally totally messed up my weekend because I was just battling back and forth. I had to send a venting a conversation to my the owner of the school that I work at because I was hurting. I was physically hurting. I was like I worked very very hard and I still work very very hard. And my kids, all my every single kid in my class, every single kid for years, if you ask them what my number one job is, they will tell you to keep us safe. Okay, that's my number one job. That goes beyond anything else that I do. Any entertainment, any teaching, anything else. Number one is to keep you safe. Number two is to teach us something. If you ask any of the kids what Mr. Tom's job is as their teacher, my class, what's Mr. Tom's number one job as your teacher? Sean, shoot it out for me. To keep you safe. Yes. Number two is to teach you something. They will always tell you this, okay? I reinforce this every single day. I can count on one hand how many accident reports I had to fill out at this new place that I work, and I can count on two hands how many accident reports I had to fill out at the other place. But I worked at the other place for 7 years, and we got a difference between 20 kids and a difference between 9 kids, okay? So I keep my kids safe. That's my job, is to keep children safe, happy, give them what they listen. Some of these kids don't have father figures. Some of these people have apps. I had one lady respond. She said that not only does my daughter still talk about you to this day, but she was a child that did not have a father in the picture, and you filled that spot for those 8 hours that you were there. You know, there are children out there that just fathers have left the building. They ain't there no more. They're gone. Okay, they're struggling. And I might be the only guy that will ever give them a hug. I might be the only guy that they could ever talk to. I might be the only guy. So I don't know. But every time that they come up to me and they ask me, if a child tells me that they love me, I tell them I love them back. If a child comes over and gives me a hug, I give them a hug back. I had a child not too long ago going through a battle. There was a battle going on and everything. And children, children are smart. They know when things are going on, and they get confused. Like if mom and dad are arguing, they think it's about them, and it probably isn't about them, or it could be about them. But most of the time they think that the battle or the fight is about them. And then if there's a divorce in the picture, then right away they think the reason for the divorce was because of them. Oh, mom and dad were fighting over me, so now they're divorced, and it's all because of me. Listen, kids, their thought process, you never know what you're dealing with. But I had a little boy come up the one time come up the stairs and I could see in his eyes the sadness, and I could feel the sadness, and there was something not right or whatever. And I just kneeled down in front of him, and the kid just grabbed me and gave me a hug, and he must have hugged me for like, I say maybe about 4 or 5 minutes or whatever. And I didn't stop it. The kid started tearing up. In my head, I'm like, this kid needed a hug right now. Yeah, everybody, you know what? Everybody needs a hug every once in a while. When I was growing up as a kid, my father was not a very hug person. He didn't hug people. He didn't like to give hugs. Okay, there was no hugs. There was no I love yous. Okay, there was none of that. So I never got any I love yous. Matter of fact, I can't even remember if my father ever told me I love you. Okay, and I definitely don't ever remember a hug. Okay, I remember when my wife got pregnant for my first daughter, and I went to go. Well, actually, it wasn't my first daughter. She had a miscarriage. It was the daughter that we were supposed to have. I had to tell him that she was pregnant, and when I went to go tell him, I didn't know how to react, and I went to go in for a hug, and he like looked at me like I had like friggin' 10 heads. You know what I mean? It was like it was crazy. So sometimes people need a hug. Sometimes you just need something. Sometimes you need a hug. Sometimes and to take everything out of context and make it like that it's not right and it's like a bad thing sounds like a problem that's not my problem. This sounds like a moral problem that these people are gonna have to deal with, and you cannot keep. There's no way that this person is ever gonna be able to keep her child or a friend's child away from a man for the rest of her life. Okay, there's no way. The kid is definitely gonna have some kind of problems, coping skills or whatever, but get the child the help that they need. Don't run away from the problem. Okay, can you imagine what that kid's gonna have to go through if the kid doesn't go to counseling, or doesn't go talk to somebody, or doesn't ever talk to a man again? Can you imagine the pain and agony and the messed up emotions and feelings that this kid is gonna go through if this lady puts her in a box and tells her that she should no longer ever talk to a man again because you can't trust any man on this planet? That's gonna be crazy. That's just crazy thinking. Crazy thinking. So yeah, I got a little worked up this weekend because I'm sorry, but I took that very personally because I believe what I do well, and I believe that I put 110% into what I do, and the fact that I am a father and I have raised four children and they've turned out well. Matter of fact, three of my children all work with me. They followed me. So if my daughters have gone so far as to follow me to every place the first school I worked at, they followed me and they worked with me. I left that school because we had a little disagreement or whatever. I went to another school and they followed me. Okay, they continue to follow me. So if they continue to follow me, then I must have done something right. You know what I mean? I must have done something right. And yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. It's just very hurtful. Very hurtful to read something like that, especially when it's in your backyard. When it's in your backyard, and this ignorant person, man, so ignorant that what drove me so crazy, like ignorant, is it's TikTok viral. Man, how many things have gone TikTok viral that so you're gonna totally say that every single male teacher or a preschool teacher or a daycare provider, whatever in the world is no damn good because one scumbag did something wrong. I I have a hard time because I'll tell you, man, it's just like I take care of those kids like I would take care of my very own. That's period. I would never have harmed my kids, and I would never harm somebody else's kids. And for the time that they're there with me during the day, they're my responsibility. Those are my children from 8 o'clock in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon. Those are my children, and I take care of them as they would. Listen, like I say all the time. Listen, you listen. You, somebody asked me some advice recently, and I was like, listen, it's like taking care of your own kids. You love your kids all the time. You might not like them all the time. Okay, you might not like them, but you still gotta love them. You know what I mean? You still gotta love them. You might not like them, but you still gotta love them. And so that's what my kids get. I have rough days. I have days where I'm looking at that kid. I'm like, oh man, what a rough day I had with that one. But I'm like, I'm not gonna yell in your face. I'm not gonna drag you across the floor. I'm not gonna hurt you in any way. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step back a little bit. You might end up having to take a break or go sit down for a few minutes and chill out. And that's what I call. I don't call it timeout. I say go chill or take a break. Okay, because they don't like when you say timeout anymore in the preschool industry. You say take a break or you say chill out or whatever. They might not like that, but they do it. They do it out of respect. They respect me and they do it. And usually we're able to recover from whatever the problem is. The great thing about kids is they get mad at you in the morning, and by the end of the day, they love you again. And that's what's fulfilling about the job. I definitely don't do this for the paycheck. I'll tell you that right now. If it wasn't for my wife, none of this stuff would be coming through the mail. We wouldn't be living in this house. Okay, we wouldn't have cars parked outside. So for this lady also to give me a discrimination card and say that I'm discriminating and saying or saying that like I believe that men are better than women. Listen, this lady got to a whole bunch of you're absolutely crazy, okay? Because my wife does more than I do. She works just as hard, if not harder, and more hours than I do. Okay. And yeah, back in the day while she was going to school and we worked together so she could go to school to do what she's doing right now. I was the one that was working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But once we reached a part where she was done with her schooling and she was ready to go, then it was time for the shoe to go on the other foot. And I went off to school while she took care of everything. And then that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. So lady, you don't listen. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. You don't know nothing about me. Not even a clue. Okay? I'll tell you right now, I am totally transparent. I am an open book. Okay? I hide nothing from nobody. This conversation I just had with you, Okay, I just let in a whole bunch of stuff that you probably shouldn't know about me, but I don't care. I don't care, because to me this is like leaving a video diary of my life. Later on, people can look back at this and maybe learn something. Maybe you'll learn something from what I do every day. I don't just unbox things and open things. I tell stories. I rant about things. I complain about things. I try to make people understand things. Listen, there is too much. What I told her originally, and I think on her main thing, what I was like, there's too much hatred in the world. I mean, I don't know why you don't spread a little more love. Why you gotta post hate? Why don't you just say? Why couldn't she just put down looking for a preschool for my friend or whatever, or a daycare for my friend, and then when you get your list of daycares, you contact them, and then you could ask them, do you have any male teachers that are working there? Why did you have to put it right there for like the whole area, or the whole, to see and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we should start looking differently towards any preschool or daycare or nursery school that has male preschool teachers or daycare teachers or nurse, whatever, working there, because that's what they did. That's what she did. She made it into a total discrimination towards men situation. That's what she did. She said she didn't, but she did, because that was the main thing on the thing. So now everybody that read that post was probably like, that wants to bring their kids to it. They were like, oh, what's wrong with men? Oh my goodness, can't send them to that school because that guy's there, and he might go and do something to my son or daughter, because that's what they all do. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's a sick world we live in, people, and it ain't getting any better. So the only way we're gonna make it better is if we try to act better. We try to be different, but try to be set apart a little bit. You know what I mean? Don't hop on the bandwagon, jump off and start your own bandwagon. You know what I mean? Anyway, packages. Let's open everything. We're opening everything today, because I'm gonna take a break after this for a couple of recording days here. But no, everything will still be posted. I'll still be here every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Don't be alarmed with that. I'm just saying that as far as I'm gonna do some top 10 lists or something pretty soon. This thing came from Arrow Video. One thing in here, and it is a copy of Weird Science on 4K. Just the 4K. Yep, they're doing that thing now. 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray limited edition content. Now it says 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray limited edition content. I'm debating whether or not I should even open this up, because I do have the Blu-ray of this over there. I'll put a picture of it. It's identical. It's the cover's identical. The whole thing. If I get up, I'm gonna have to edit. The hell with it. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. All right. Yeah. So this is the 4K Ultra HD and the Blu-ray. Now I will tell you. Oh, I did open it. Okay, I opened this. Let's see what they did here. Did they give me a Blu-ray and a DVD, or what are they doing over here? Arrow Video here. Now, see, this says just the Blu-ray, and it comes with the booklet. No lobby cards there, Arrow Video today. What's going on there, huh? Let me down on the lobby cards. No lobby cards. Okay. Yeah. So it's just a Blu-ray, and this thing says special edition content, newly restoration by Arrow Video, 4K scan, single negative. Okay, this is the Blu-ray, and this is the 4K. They have the same exact everything. Special features, except one is a 4K and one is a Blu-ray. Why you ask? You're like, hey, aren't you that guy that's always complaining that you don't want to buy any 4Ks because you really don't care about 4Ks? Yeah, but Weird Science is like one of my favorite movies, and it's a John Hughes film. Pretty much anything by John Hughes, except I think it's She's Having a Baby. I think that's the one with Kevin Bacon. She's Having a Baby. I think that's the one. I believe that was a John Hughes film. I'll buy like on 4K, like a Ferris Bueller, Pretty in Pink, some kind of wonderful, any kind of John Hughes stuff like that. 16 Candles, I'll buy. So yeah, I bought that. Next, what do we got here? From All Star Selling, from Franklin in whatever. And once again, I purchased all this stuff myself. If you do want to ever send me any money, let me throw this out there. I do have a Venmo in the description. Okay, you could just surprise me by sending me a buck. Send me a buck. Send me a you'll feel yeah, listen, you'll feel good about it. You'll feel good about sending me a buck, and I'll feel good about you sending me a buck. I'll be like, wow, I got a buck from somebody. That's great. This is a all right. So I wanted to complete my Texas. That's why I brought up Texas Chainsaw Massacre before. I'm trying to complete. So my wife goes, how many copies of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre do you actually need? And the question and the answer to that was infinite. Infinite copies of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. One of my favorite horror movies. So I wanted it on every format, every copy, every picture. I mean, I'm buying it for the picture art. I'm buying it for the special features. I'm buying it for the Blu-rays, the DVDs, the 4Ks, whatever I can get. I'm getting the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, I do want to throw out that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, I actually enjoy watching a lot more than Part 1. Part 1 is a classic, okay? Part 2, I just love Chop Top. I love the Chop Top character, and that's another one that I would buy. Matter of fact, I think the thing that gets me most is that when I was younger, I bought a copy of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 on VHS at Kmart. Okay, and it was on this rolling rack. I'll never forget it. They used to have like this $3 bin rolling rack. Wish I still had it because I believe that it's still factory sealed. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre VHS is now going in the hundreds. So I wish I still had it, which I don't. But I remember going home watching it, and they were like, "Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre." And I was like, "Yeah, it's this is a great movie, but is it as scary as they said it was? No, it's a lot of that use it to your own imagination. There's not that much blood. Matter of fact, they wanted originally to get a PG rating and ended up with an X rating because they said it was so graphic. And there's not even any graphic stuff going on. The most you see him lift her up and put her on the meat hook, but you never see any penetration of the meat hook going into her back or anything. Listen, it's all up to the imagination. So anyway, I just recently started looking at my original Texas Chainsaw Massacres, and I was like, well, I'm missing a couple of things in my set here, and this is the 40th anniversary collector's edition of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Blu-ray. And this was kind of cool because I have the 40th anniversary collector's edition, but it's the one that looks like the big the black mamba, the black the truck from the end there. The guy gets out of the truck, and then all of a sudden Leatherface goes after the guy, and the guy goes after him, and it's like a whole thing there. But I was like, I was missing this, and all this is what's inside that truck, and it's you get this cool little open up thing there, and it's actually 4 discs set. What do we got here? We got 2 DVDs and 2 Blu-rays. Disc 1 we have the feature film, and disc 2 is the bonus features on Blu-ray. And then the next one is the same thing on the DVDs, which I always think is kind of cool to have the DVD and the Blu-ray because you never know. In my head, you never know. Eventually, and this is kind of cool when you pull Leatherface out, you pull him out of the thing there, you get like the the wall, behind them. You put him back in there, and there he is. Yeah, it's 4 feet. It comes with 4 feature commentaries, collector's edition bonus disc, and you get the movie, 40th anniversary of the movie. So that's pretty cool. We have what looks like a CD from Robert Fritz Paradise Records, Third Lake, something, whatever. CD of PIL, PIL, Public Image Limited. Public Image Limited, which is Johnny Rotten's group after he was in the Sex Pistols. I'm a big collector, big fan of Johnny Rotten. And he just came out. This is a newer disc, just came out, and I had to add to my collection. I'll go fast because I'm not even getting into it. If you know who the Sex Pistols are, you know who Johnny Rotten is, and you might even know who PIL is. PIL is the group, and they have a sound like you've never heard before. Look up a couple of PIL, PIL, or Public Image Limited stuff on YouTube. You Could Be Wrong would be the one that would sell it for me. If I was gonna tell you to go listen to one, I think it's I Could Be Wrong, I Could Be Right. That one would be the one that you'd be like, yeah, I think I might want to check these guys out now because I like this song. But they are odd. Like their music is very off tune, and the lyrics are odd. The whole thing is like it's 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 in a category that I can't even explain as far as music goes. It's not rock, it's not rap, it's not punk, it's not R&B. It's like it's not alternative. I don't know what it is. It's a, a, it's a vibe. It's a sound. Okay, it's out there. Here we go. Blue Husky Liquidations. Blue Husky Liquidations. Oh, what was that? Where'd that come from? Yeah, I sprung for it, even though I do own the 4K of the original 4K with the slipcover or whatever, but I never ended up picking up the 4K of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Steelbook. Now you're probably once again, wow, this is a double shot, my friend, because you're not a big 4K fan and you're not a big Steelbook fan because I can't protect my Steelbooks properly. And I do have people that watch this channel that are like, you need some Steelbook protectors. And just can't pull the trigger on the Steelbook protectors because I figure if I buy Steelbook protectors, that's the same price as buying another movie. And so I have a hard time. It's my head. It's a thing. Disc 1 4K HD feature film, and disc 2 Blu-ray bonus disc. So you get just the 4K. I will never open this up. There's also a poster inside. That's why I wanted to buy it sealed, because a lot of them that were being sold on eBay, the posters were missing. The J card was missing with all the information on the back, so you get to see whatever's on the back. I know what this looks like. I know what it looks like on the inside. I know what it looks like on the outside. I just want to put it with my Texas Chainsaw Massacre collection. That's why I bought that. And it's starting to go up a little bit in price because I guess Best Buy is selling out of them or whatever, or they're running low. Who's this? Who's this? Desert Media. Did I just do a Desert Media? Oh, okay. Desert Media. Desert Media sent me a what? This a DVD? Did I order a DVD? Oh yeah, I did order a DVD. Okay, all right. Yeah, you're looking at me like, why? You still buying DVDs, are you? Yeah. Not normally, and I really hope that this is legit because I'm feeling okay. Yeah, they put it in they put it in a plastic cover. This is the movie Just You and Me, Kid, with Brooke Shields and George Burns. This was a choice collection. Now, let me see here. Burn on demand. Okay, now, I know I did a video on how to tell real or fake stuff, whatever. And you guys are probably like, so you do know that this is fake, right? You know what I mean? Well, technically it is, and technically it isn't. These choice collection things, if you scan them in, they are legitimately sold. These are sold legitimately on Amazon. It's just what happened was Amazon does burn on demand stuff because I think it has to do with lack of interest. Okay, but this movie I have not seen since I was young, and it was one of those that used to be on like Cinemax or Showtime or whatever all the time. And I have not seen in years. But if I remember correctly, Brooke Shields runs away from home. She's being chased by some guy or whatever. I'm not sure who it is that's chasing her. I can't remember that. But she ends up befriending the George Burns character, and he is an ex-magician or something like that. So he takes her into the house. He protects her from these people that are after her or whatever, and it turns into like a whole thing. I've not seen it in years, and I've had this on my like watch list for literally like 2 or 3 years. I couldn't pull the trigger because they when it was selling on Amazon, they wanted like $28 for it when it first came out. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $28 for a burn on demand. Okay, I'm not gonna do it because eventually they're probably gonna release a Blu-ray, they're gonna release a DVD that's actually legit. That's not a burn on demand. And then we're talking years. I think maybe about 5, 6 years, 7 years, probably about 7 years. When this thing, are they gonna say when it's? Well, they're probably not gonna say when this thing actually dropped on this format, whatever. But I had this thing like stuck in there for years, and finally, somebody put it up for $10 last week or the week before, and I was like, for $10, I'm gonna spring $10 for the movie, just so I can see the movie again. I just want to see it again. And if they ever do release a Blu-ray or whatever, then I'll upgrade. I'll upgrade because I got no choice. Um, Last one, Clocks and Rigs. Once again, my friend, Clocks and Rigs is nickel and diming me to death because am I using the proper terminology? They don't send everything all at once. Like I ordered, what I get in the mail the other day with Clocks and Rigs? I got something in the mail the other day. And it's not visual. It's like not like right in my face here. But anyway, they have you pay extra for this thing where they're supposed to track your packages and make sure that you get your packages and everything. But what they do is when they send one item, it says that your purchase was fulfilled. And then you get the mail in, and then you end up getting like one out of the three things that you ordered, or two out of the three things that you ordered. And you're like, it wasn't fulfilled, and now it looks like it was fulfilled. And then a guy like me gets into a little bit of a panic mode. So I stopped doing that fulfilled thing, that whole whatever, and I'm just counting on the mail getting here. And this was the first one I trusted, and it did get here. I have no idea what it is though because I ordered three in this thing, and this is one out of the three. So Clocks and Rigs, if you did not know, is the code name for Scream Factory or Shout Factory, and this is a Blu-ray copy of My Demon Lover, starring Scott Valentine. Scott Valentine, if I remember correctly, was the love interest on Family Ties. Okay, he played Mallory's boyfriend, and then he went out and did this one movie I can remember him ever being in. And I used to watch this movie all the time. Now this is actually an upgrade. I do have this on DVD. I decided to upgrade it because it was that good. It's all about this guy right here, and there's no other words to explain it, but whenever he was cursed by this like witch woman or whatever, and anytime he ever gets excited, let's just use that word excited, he turns into a demon. But he's a good guy. But unfortunately, there's a bad guy that was cursed by the same woman, and he's going out killing girls. Okay, and the other guy is a good guy. It's a really it's actually love. It's a love story, and it's like one of these like when you find your true love and you give them the kiss, then the spell is broken type thing. So it's kind of like a fairy tale type situation in a comedy form. And I was really happy that this is actually a Scream Factory slash Shout Factory exclusive. The only place you can get this is on the website. I do not believe that this is on Amazon. I could be wrong. It could be on Amazon. I don't know, but I believe this was an exclusive. As soon as I saw it, I had to jump at it. But like I said, I'm still waiting for. I forgot there was another one I ordered too with this. This was at the same time when I ordered. I want to say the Chucky box set thing, and that came in like 2 weeks ago. So why this came in now, I have no idea. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate you for listening to what I have to say. Comment on anything that I brought up throughout this whole ordeal. I'll tell you, man, I as a human being, as I was affected. I was affected in a big way. And it consumed me. It consumed me to the point where I was actually like I got like irritable bowel syndrome. I was in the bathroom, so I was like really getting worked up. I'm like, wow, this. And then I had to contact my owner, and her quote was if any parent doesn't doesn't trust you or believe in you or whatever it is, then they have no business being at our school anyway. So that really right there kind of got me, and I'm paraphrasing, okay, because she did use the name of the school and everything like that. But I'm paraphrasing because it just goes to show that how much support I get now from the owner of the school, and that she will actually back me up and be like, hey, listen, he's good enough for us. He should be good enough for you. And if you don't believe in him, then you don't need to be here. You can go there's other schools around. You go to whatever one you want. We ain't getting rid of him because we know what he does. And I'll tell you right now, I work in a school where there's video cameras everywhere. Okay, and it's not just video cameras where they're just getting visuals. There's audio. So not only does my owner watch and hear everything I say and do throughout the day, but I welcome any parent, at any time of the day to come in. I've had parents that come in and sit down and watch me teach. I've had parents come in and watch me do circle. I've had parents come in because we had like special events or whatever. Let's say we had not too long ago we had a mother that was a nurse and a father that was a police officer or whatever, and we had like the parents could come in and they could talk about their jobs or whatever it was, and I was like, I was me. I'm me all day long, all night long. I don't change for nobody. So they accepted it. They loved what I was doing. I had we had parents come in and read to the children. No problem. I got nothing to hide. So I don't you could put a camera right in my face. I wish I really truly wish that it was legal for the schools to actually televise, like actually like have a YouTube channel of me teaching my class throughout the whole day, because not only do I think that parents would find it amusing and children would find it amusing, but adults in general would find it amusing. Like anybody, it would make it would definitely make an excellent reality show. And I am not afraid of anybody watching me do what I do all day, because I got nothing to hide. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Comment. Make sure you comment. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Help a guy out. Don't forget, the Venmo's in the description. Send me $1. Listen, the cost of a cup of coffee could save a child. Every time you send me $1, okay, if I get $1 from every single one of my subscribers, I would have over $1,000, and I'd be able to put a down payment down on a car. So if you feel like you want to send me $1, send me $1. And with that said, my friends, I will see you later.
You should have saved me some.